everyone. Today we will be making a raft out of plastic straws. So for this lesson, you'll need 10 to 15 plastic straws, 20 pennies. I went ahead and made just a little cup to hold my pennies. This is entirely optional, up to you if you want to do that. I used a plastic clear solo cup and just cut the top off of it. You'll need some tape. I use Scotch. You can use whatever you have available in your home, masking tape, whatever you have quick access to. A pair of scissors. Now, because of the scissors being used in this experiment and the sharp edges on our tape, it is always good to have supervision from a parent or a guardian while you complete this. I also have, if you look at the bottom of your screen, I have a clear Rubbermaid container filled about halfway with water. You can use any type of container that you have available. Just make sure that it is halfway full with water. So during this lesson, we will be testing the buoyancy of our raft that we create. Buoyancy is the ability or tendency of an object to float in water, air, or another fluid. We will be adding more weight to our raft. Weight is a downward force put on an object by gravity. We'll be adding the weight by adding these pennies to the raft at different points throughout the experiment. So for my raft, I chose the design that's similar to a pontoon. It's going to have a flat top with two bottoms that act like flotation devices. You can use any design you want. You can make it as tall as you want, as long as you stay within your 10 to 15 straw parameters. So I went ahead and taped mine together to make my flat top, just to go ahead and save us a little bit of time in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and tape my little floaties to the bottom of my raft with my Scotch tape. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 pieces. That way I know that it's on there nice and secure and it's not going to come off once it enters the water. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process for the second one. Try to make sure they're nice and straight. Got 1 piece of tape on. Let me go ahead and add my second. Okay, now as you can see, I've cut my straws. You don't have to do that. It was just something I did to make the size of it more manageable. But my straws do have holes in each end. So on my little flotations at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and tape those holes shut and hopefully avoid water entering my raft. When you're constructing the top of your raft or the floaters on the side, if this is a design you decide to use, you want to make sure that your straws are as tight together as possible. That way they don't allow for any cracks for water to enter through once they get into the water. Okay, I've got 2 ends taped up. I just have to tape our final 2. 1 more. Oh, I lied, we have 2 more. Okay, last one. Alright, now I'm wrapping my tape around. It's a little bit hard to do so with these ends, but I'm just trying to get it as tight as possible to create a nice seal. Okay, so now my raft is ready to go. It actually already took a plunge. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the water and place my cup to hold my pennies right on top. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see that it is successfully floating now with no pennies. So we're going to go ahead and add the pennies in increments of 2. So here's 2. There's 4. There's 6. 8. 10. 12. 14. 16. Oh, and if you were watching the bottom of the screen, my raft only successfully held 16 pennies. Now, as my raft began to sink, I noticed that maybe my seals around the end of them weren't as tight as they should be. And that's okay. If you notice that there are some imperfections in your raft, you can always go back through and adjust your design. You can completely change it if you need to. It's always a learning experience. You just want to try to get it to hold at least 20. Now, if your raft holds more than 20 pennies, that's awesome. Parents, During this lesson, it's very flexible. You can adjust it to meet the needs of your household. If you have more than just one student within your house, you can go ahead and make a small competition out of it, and the students can compete to see whose raft design holds more pennies. You also can switch out the supplies depending on what you have at home. Here I also have some other options of tinfoil. We tested some earlier. This one has paper straws. They didn't hold up as well. We tried to wrap it in tinfoil to see if that would help. You can adjust this to meet whatever needs you have in your house or how many students you have. It is very easily to incorporate within groups if you have more than 2 students within your household. So you can really make this experiment your own depending on what you need. So I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you're enjoying your quarantine.